is Demetrius Ari, and there was a time in my life when I believed that my story had already been written, not by my dreams, but by my mistakes. As a young man, I made choices. Those choices led me down a very dark road. I found myself in places I never even imagined. Places where the weight of my decisions caught up with me. I remember sitting in silence, asking myself a question that many of us face at some point in our lives. Is this all I'm ever going to be? Because when you've made mistakes over and over again, when you've hurt people over and over again, when you feel like you've wasted years of your life, it's easy to believe that your future is already decided. I've battled with mental health, depression. I've wrestled with thoughts that told me my life didn't matter. There were moments when the weight of everything that I felt, did, was so heavy. But somewhere in that darkness, something inside me woke up. I began to realize that the real prison wasn't the walls around me. The real prison was the story I kept telling myself about who I was and who I had the capability of being. It took a while before I began to truly gain ownership of my life. But when I did, everything changed. I stopped blaming. I stopped running. I stopped waiting for some outside entity to save me. Instead, I started doing the inner work. I started to study. I started to pray. I started to reflect. I started to journal. I started to discipline my mind and my habits, my daily habits, step by step. With the help of the Most High, I rebuilt my life. Years later, I began something that younger me would have never imagined. Today, being an author, today being a mentor, today being a transformational coach, gaining my master's degree, was never something I could have ever dreamed of. It's through this work of Inner Coded that I teach people something very powerful. And that's your life is not controlled by your past. Your life is shaped by the decisions that you make from this moment going forward. It's your daily habits. It's the system that you put together. And every one of us carry a wound. Every one of us has moments that we wish we could erase or that never happened. But those moments, they did happen. But they weren't the end of your story. In fact, if you shift your way of looking at it, it's the beginning of your awakening.